What's good, YouTube? I'm Zero Zeus, and welcome back to another Boruto video. This is going to be my Boruto episode 147 review. Please like, subscribe, share, and comment. Thank you for watching, and let's get right into the video. This was like a super hype episode. I really enjoyed this. I know I always say that, but I really enjoyed this episode. This was really cool. It was so many aspects that they introduced in this episode that I just thought took Boruto to another level. I'm definitely feeling this episode. This is the best episode of the whole arc to me. And basically you see the episode start off and they're about to have their face off with Tsukio. You know, everybody's been waiting for this for a really long time. And we've seen little before last episode, and we seen a little snippet of what his jutsu would look like. So you were kind of expecting going into this episode that it would be like that, right? And he was using it. I'm not gonna lie, he used it a couple of times, but really, I forgot what he called it. But the moon shadowing, shadow summoning jutsu. I don't know. It's something dealing with the moon, basically. And he uses the shadows, right? Shikamaru and the Nara clan, right? But I think his way is way cooler. Right? So he can use the shadows to his ability, and it's amplified because of the fact that it's a full moon. And basically, I guess the shadows are as strong as they can get in moonlight, right? So from there, it's really cool, right? You see him use these shadows against Mitsuki, Boruto, Sarada, smacking up Kokiri, stuff like that, right? And he changes the shadows into them. So they have this little battle where they're fighting their shadow selves. And it's really cool. You're thinking, right? Maybe they'll go down the road of, well, maybe you fight me and I'll fight you. And they didn't even do that. And I'm kind of happy they didn't. They took a whole left turn on this one in a good way. So basically they were fighting, and it just seemed like they were getting really tired really fast, right? They were going back and forth. You see them going at it with their basically clones, right? And I don't know, I was watching the episode with somebody, and it's just they were kind of triggered a little bit, because it's Boruto is what I never seen clones that could do that, and shadow clones, right? The things that he uses are shadow clones. Is really funny. But anyway, basically they can, down to the jutsu. They this is when I really started wondering. I had this little thing a couple episodes ago, and I'm gonna explain it when we get further in the review. I don't want to spoil it right now. So basically they can copy everybody's jutsu. They can do everything that they can do, right? Super strength Sarada, and snake lightning Mitsuki, Sengan Boruto. They were going back and forth at it, and I just like how they matched them blow for blow. I think it was even a point in time when Boruto used wind, and it was just back and forth with him, right? And the whole time you just see Kokiri going around and just keep acting like, I'ma die. Things is really looking bad for them, right? And like I said, you just see Kokiri running around in the background. It's really looking like he's not gonna take part in the fight, right? But he starts considering to himself, he's like, oh, I guess he's thinking to himself, if he dies, at least he could be of some type of use. He shouldn't have put himself in this position in the first place. That's what I guess that's the mind state that he had, right? And you see him run away with Boruto in the woods and stuff, and he basically hands off a book to him that explains the Mujina bandits and their leader and his jutsu and stuff like that. I don't know why Kokiri would just be taking note of that, but he did. And he handed it off to Boruto before Boruto runs back into his clone. They have a nice little Rasengan clash, and they basically get blown away, right? The impact blows them both away. And at this moment, I think when the heat really starts to rise in the fight, right, the guards, they turn on the spotlights, because by this time, I don't know if Binga is dead or not, but from the way it looks like he's dead, because he's still slumped on the ground, and He's not moving at all. They found him. They didn't move him or anything. It's just looking like he might just show up next episode, but it's looking like Binga's dead, right? And they start shining the spotlights because they're looking for the prisoners because they know people broke out, basically. All right. And as they're shining the spotlight starts to dim the shadows, right? And Kokiri, not Boruto and, Sarada and Mitsuki, these smart shinobi, not them. They didn't notice it, but Kokiri noticed it. Even though I understand why they made Kokiri notice it, it was kind of like a character building moment for him, I guess you could say. And he definitely took it to his advantage. Like, he risked his life to tell them this little bit of information because he just kept acting like it was over for him. Like, and it looked like not like things were going their way because Tsukio was giving them a hard time, but things looked like they were going in their favor. I don't know. And basically they set up a little plan, right, for them to use the spotlights against the shadows. And I just love Team 7 with the strategy. They always come out, if they don't have the power, they always come out with a strategy. I think that's really cool. Basically, everybody, like, Tsukio has his line of sight on everybody, but he noticed that he doesn't know where Kokiri is, right? Sarada ends up behind him, right? At this moment, Kokiri shines the light, and it basically disperses the shadows, right? Now, you would think it's over for my boy. You would think it's over for Tsukio. This guy sticks his hands in the ground, and he pulls up a shadow sword. Like, I love this bad guy. He's okay. I like him. He's okay. He's okay. He's okay in my book. And he starts going at it with Boruto. And they try to use the spotlight on the sword, but it's not dissolving. I don't know. It's like this cool red, shadowy, black effect, and it's just looking really cool, right? So basically, they have this one move end all moment where they kind of do the Boruto stream, except not with the shadow clones and stuff, and I think that's really cool. I didn't know that. I don't know if that counts as Sarada using like wind, but that's kind of like what it looked like. And they sent them flying as Tsukio basically, and knocked him off a cliff. Now, you would think this is over for him, right? But this is anime, so you have to know that this guy, it's this feeling in the air that he's not gone yet. So Kokiri is just so happy to be alive, right? In this moment, Tsukio snatches him off the cliff. They fall down, and I'm guessing that he's planning to kill him, right? And before he can even get the chance to do it, he ends up falling off the cliff because the rocks crumble below him and they fall in the water. And seemingly, Kokiri swims back up and everything's all fine, right? At this moment, the guards basically run up on him and stuff and have him, like, they're about to lock him back up, I'm guessing. And Sai and the Leaf Shinobi show up and basically give the rundown and start telling them about how they basically didn't have to break Kokiri out because he was already supposed to be free. His sentence was being extended unfairly. And it's so crazy. You're thinking, right? This is so nice. They made it out. They got the information on Shoujoji and all this stuff. This is the first time you actually hear them say his name in this anime. And man, Kokiri is looking like he's just going to change his name and he's going to go about his life, right? This is what you don't know. This is when, it was always something about Kokiri, right? It was always something about him. Like, it seems like it's something up with him. In certain moments, he would make these certain facial expressions, and it's just like, I knew something was up with him, right? So, you see him walking down the alleyway, and he runs into one of the Majina Bandits gang, right? And you would think that he would be tense and stuff, but he's all calm, looking serious in the face, and the dude is just like, oh, you're Kokiri, right? And that's when they have this really funny situation where they're like, no, stupid, I'm Shoujoji. And it's like, I knew it was something up with him. But I just didn't know. Now, this is when the story gets kind of tragic for Kokiri, right? When they fell off the cliff and they fell into the water, Tsukio was actually Shoujoji, and he basically ate Kokiri and became him underwater. So my boy did definitely die when he fell off that cliff, and that's kind of messed up, man. That's definitely messed up, man. Like, I feel like this episode took a really dark turn. We actually see Kokiri turn into Shoujoji, and man, I'm just really hyped for this episode. You can hear it in my voice, man. Can't wait to see next week's episode. This is gonna be super. Well, I can kind of wait because it's gonna be like that Tento stuff, but it's okay. But I'm gonna end it right here. This has been my Boruto episode 147 review. Please like, subscribe, share, and comment.